Now, hi, my name is Donnie,
And I'm Melly.
and you're listening to
Your typical podcast. I thought you were gonna say it. I feel like I've been
yeah,
saying it the last couple times.
because I always say, and you're listening to every
Oh
time.
yeah, true, true, true.
So, like, do your job, hold your end.
Whoa, whoa. Okay.
Um,
So my job is to say your typical podcast at all times, and we're not taking turns.
I
Got it.
mean, we can switch,
No, no,
and you
no.
can say, and you're listening to, and then I'll say your typical podcast. But I feel like it's weird if I'm saying, and you're listening to your typical. How about we just record it and just play the same thing every time? Because you playing games. And
We
I'm
can. I mean, I'm
and
just
I'm
used to
done.
us going, huh?
And I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. Um, I feel like I sound a little hoarse today because I may have drank a little too much last night.
Oh,
And yeah, it was a wild night. So
what'd you do?
um my job, we had a Christmas party or holiday party. So
Oh my
free
God.
drinks.
I cannot imagine getting drunk with my coworkers. But I mean, go off.
I do it pretty often, so I
Yeah,
definitely
they
can't say
seem nice.
much. Yeah, I feel like my coworkers are the folks that you do drink with. Like I couldn't imagine not having a drink with them.
I see, I see. Well, that's good.
um,
That's
but anyway, we're here to talk about Survivor. We're
fun.
almost. I feel like this season went quick, but we're almost to the end of season
Yeah.
45. Um, so episode 12 came on this week. Um, I feel like you should start because I feel like it was a trying episode for me. So
It was a Who episode?
a trying episode for me. Like they were trying to
Mhm.
make me upset.
Really? Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm like eating a bagel. But so the beginning of the episode, I'm drawing a blank. Okay,
They
who was home?
literally, they literally gave us a full cinematic. What do you call it? Cinematic story of Dee and Austin
Oh yeah, yeah.
falling in love. And I'm like, we don't care. No, just kidding. We do care. We finally got backstory on Austin. Remember, I was saying they haven't given us a story about him, and they finally did
Yeah.
this episode, which was good. I feel like that's a good sign that, like, I mean, obviously he's still around. There's 5 people left. He made it all the way to the finale.
Yeah. Um,
Um, sorry, oops, spoiler.
yeah. I mean, that's obvious though. He had the idol. I mean, he at least makes it. Oh
True,
yeah, it's a
we
finale.
did say that last week. We're like,
Yeah.
Austin is a shoe in for the top 5 because he had the idol. But anyway, we
Right.
get into the episode and we pick back up where Julie is pretending to be mad at Dee for everyone voting Julie out, but Julie used the idol to save herself and ended up voting out Emily.
I love Dee so fucking much. Like honestly, I would I feel like I would play like her, especially when they walked off and she started laughing and she was like, I'm trying to keep a straight face.
She's like, Julie, just keep walking because I'm gonna fucking laugh. And I also
But
love the
yeah,
segment where Dee was like, I swear my mama. I swear my mama, my daddy, my
right.
kids, my dog, my doctor, and they're still good at home, and I'm gonna be coming home with $1 million. So don't
Period.
even worry about it. I really, really, really like I can see D as one of those like legend players that comes back
Yeah.
like a Poverty or like a Serene. Like I feel like people just fucking love her because she's just so authentic and so real. And I don't know, I just love seeing that on TV. Like strong women who aren't afraid to be strong. Because she even
Right.
said like, although they're showing this Dee and Austin love story, she's like, I feel like I trust Austin enough to not risk his like that he will risk his game for us. But I'm
Mhm.
not gonna risk my game for him. And it doesn't mean I like him any less, but that's just not gonna happen. Which I was like, I respect
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And she proved that this episode too by not, we'll get there, but like they were literally in the same predicament. Dee was in Austin's shoes this episode, the way that
And
Austin
she did
was
not do
last
the same
episode.
thing that he did, which
Yeah,
was I don't
so
know,
good.
trouble in paradise. I don't know.
Who gives a fuck? That's like one step her closer, like winning. Um,
True,
she can
but
find
I
anybody.
I think she should have told him, but that's just me. But anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
So the episode starts with the reward challenge,
Mhm.
which is super fun. They had to what balance on a barrel and swing on ropes to like collect
Yeah.
keys, and then they had to do this sliding puzzle.
Mhm.
My man Austin won,
Yes, he did.
and he had to pick two people to join him on a reward. So here, I love our reenactment. So you be Jeff, like asking me who I want to choose.
Okay. So Austin, you're gonna enjoy
D.
this.
He picked D so fast.
Oh, seriously. And he was so mad that Jeff asked him to pick one other person.
He's like, "Oh, you just not. It's not a date." I will say, I do know that he wanted to pick Drew. But again, I
He
think it made sense for him not to pick Drew. Like, and Drew was a little butthurt. I mean, honestly, we could talk about it now. Drew was a little butthurt this whole episode.
he
Like, I'm like,
was.
the attitude, baby, gotta go. But
Yeah.
truthfully, it made sense for Austin not to pick Drew for the reward because literally, and Austin said it, he's like, as much as personal comes into play, I have to think about game. And Katora, Jake, and Julie would have been scheming to get Drew,
Right.
Austin, or D out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it perfectly. Like Jake, Julie, and Drew aren't gonna work with each other.
And they
Nothing's gonna.
didn't. And he called it right. They did not work together.
Right.
Julie and Jake did talk about some stuff. And I mean, really bad move on Drew's part because I mean Jake done found a whole idol
Right.
on his watch and everything. But like Austin called it right. Like he knew that Drew wasn't gonna work with them, so he knew he had nothing to worry about. I just think, and we'll talk about it when we get there. I think Austin's not perceiving Dee and Julie's relationship, which feels weird because they've
Yeah.
been there since day one together.
Yeah. Not only that, like they're the ones that caught you and Drew finding the idol. Like they
Yeah.
helped you. Like you need to
They were
think about.
already a duo when you and Drew were a duo. Like it was two duos coming together. So why are we ignoring? And I feel like Drew is aware, but Austin's kind of naive. Pussy do that to you. I heard.
Yeah. But that's what. But also last episode, like you literally told Dee this information, and now Julie's playing her idol. Like I feel like he should know that. I don't know.
I mean,
Something.
literally, it's obvious. It's literally obvious. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't Julie play her idol? Because someone had to tell her, and guess what? It was D. She wouldn't have played the idol. Like you wouldn't. I mean, just like he didn't play his idol, she wouldn't have played
Yeah.
the idol because she wouldn't have a reason to.
Mhm.
But anyway, so Austin picks Katora. Um, D and Austin was booed up the whole time Katora was there, which is an interesting
Right.
choice because I mean, and granted, I think it's a little too late, and Katora doesn't really have any power, so maybe they're like, this bitch ain't gonna do nothing. Fuck her. Um,
Right.
but I think it's a little too comfortable when you're like holding hands, like you're clearly a duo.
Yeah.
Like you
Clearly.
and I will say, I think if it was Austin and Julie, D would pick Austin. But because it was Julie or Drew's not working with D as closely as he's working with Austin. So it's better
Yeah.
for D's game to keep Julie, even though Drew is one of Austin's number ones. I think naturally, like if this comes to the next episode and D's like, well, I'm voting against, and I'm sure it's gonna happen because they love reality TV monsters. Like, do I vote against my lover or do I vote against my friend? And she's gonna vote against her friend.
Right.
Because it makes sense to um like we keep saying we'll get there. I always like to say everything at once, but something happened, and I'm like, I think it hurt someone's chances of winning a bit. So,
What?
um,
Ooh.
well, we'll get there. So we have to now. We've finished the reward challenge. Couture, D, and Austin went on a helicopter that looked fun. Drew fucking butthurt at the camp with Jake and Julie. Jake is like, "Fuck y'all, I'm gonna go find an idol," and he did. I don't know if he just woke up, but baby, it's the final six. I think it's a little too late to play. Um, so good luck with your idol that you're probably gonna use on yourself next week
Yeah, I mean,
because
he just basically secured,
great,
top four, which is fine because he can
great.
make a fucking fire.
And then
Because
he's
it's all
gonna say he's a goat and or he's a wolf in goat's clothing. I'm like, babe, no, you're a goat. Like whoever you go against,
if it's a
maybe
wolf,
besides Katora, you're gonna lose. Well, he was saying that a he's a wolf in goat's clothing. Like he seems like a goat. He seems like he'll be easy to beat, but in the end, he's not as easy to beat as people think. And I'm like, based on the show, I think everyone has the perception a little right. You've done two moves that weren't successful.
yeah.
Like you tried to
Uh,
flip the votes on Caleb, and Caleb ended up going home. And it did work with Drew, but not because of him.
right. It's because Julie told D to like,
It was honestly because of D
yeah. I would say though,
and
I know
Couture.
you don't like Jake, but I like Jake a
But like,
lot.
what has he done?
I mean, he hasn't done much, but I love his personality.
No,
Like when he was,
I don't not like him. Like I don't hate
yeah.
him. Like I think he's a nice person. Like he
But yeah,
seems
I
cool.
agree.
He's
He has,
also very realistic. I like when he's like, "Babe, you're on Survivor. Why the fuck are we complaining? Like shut the fuck up.
right.
You don't have a
And,
fucking
like
dinner.
he
All of us
understands,
don't have a dinner. Shut up. Be
right.
quiet." Which I like that. Like I'm like, because that's what I would be like. Like, of course, it was a reward. That's literally the point. Some people win and some people don't. And then Drew's like, "Oh well, no one's ever picked me." I'm like, "You
So
literally won a reward last week.
yeah, and I
You
feel
got to
like,
eat."
and you also went on a girls' night or something.
I mean,
So
he didn't do it on girls' night, but like again, he did a whole boys' night with all the boys,
yeah,
literally last week. Um, and again, truthfully, like I think Austin did the fair thing because D and Couture didn't get food last week. So like,
yeah. So yeah, I think that's fair. I also think yeah, Couture is just the third wheel, and like they were basically on a date.
yeah, it
Um,
was
I
kind
also
of
like
cute.
Jake is like you said, he's super authentic, he's super real. So he's very aware that he's like at the bottom of the totem pole or whatever. So I don't know. I just think
Um,
he's like
I just think
realistic.
he needs to take what Jake needs to win is he still coasting. Sure,
Yeah,
Drew was a good move, but like you had an idol in your pocket, you should have purposely did something flashy. So something
I think he,
flashy would have been like, I told everyone to vote for Drew, but I'm gonna use my idol on Drew and I'm still gonna get out Julie. And not because I don't think Drew is a good competitor. It's because I want the jury to see that I'm here to fucking play as well.
yeah,
And
but
that's it.
then
Like it doesn't matter who goes because it doesn't matter who went home at all.
yeah, it's just
Like
about
he
how
doesn't
it
have the
went.
numbers. So it really doesn't matter. Like he's gonna have to win or find an idol in the next few rounds if he wants to make it to the end. Or people are just gonna bring him to the end because they know they can beat him, which I think is also a true statement. So I'm like, you need to again, if you really want to make flashy moves, you should have did that this week because let's be honest, like I don't think Jake's gonna win the immunity challenge next week. He
No,
hasn't
but he
won
has
any, but he has an
so
idol. But it's not really impressive to just use an idol to take yourself to the final four when nobody's looking at you anyway.
yeah, that's true. But also like flashy moves don't win Survivor all the time. But yeah, you have to
Yeah,
have
but
like
like when your back is
uh,
against the wall, you almost like again, like he literally said in his confessional, like, I know that I haven't made a lot of moves. So I'm like,
yeah,
now is the time to be flashy. Like
right.
now is the time to like be like, no, I mean, maybe you don't want to take me to the final, or even if that's just the thought process of like, if Drew goes to the jury and be like, maybe they don't want to take Jake to the final four because he just did that really good move, and maybe he's been playing a little bit harder than we perceived. But if you're just not like again,
But
the
he could do that
obvious
again
the
this episode. Like,
he
I get
should
why
have did it
people.
this episode. I think he should have did it because I think next episode is going to be too late.
I don't think so because I think he basically secured. Because if he would have did it this episode, he probably would have been the one going home like before the final four,
But you
unless.
think so? Because I still think Austin, Dee, and Julie are bigger targets than Jake. Even if he
But
sent
if he
Julie home this episode, Drew would have still been a bigger target than Jake.
no, I think after he would have done that, they would have went back and said, "Okay, Jake needs to go now." Like they would have got Bally together, like they did this whole freaking season, and used their votes to get Jake
I
out.
don't
And then
think so because Dee voted for Drew, so Drew would have not trusted her anymore. Katora voted for Drew. So really, only I think Drew would have been like, damn, Jake saved my ass. I need to start working with Jake. And Austin's kind of in the middle, but I think Austin wouldn't necessarily go for Jake right away. He probably would honestly probably try to go for Katora because it'll be the safe option. And now Jake is again now he's in the game. Like you should be feeling
I
like,
don't think he would
damn,
have went
if
for.
but you should be feeling like if you don't win, you might go home. If you're
Yeah,
not going home because you're not winning, that means no one's seeing you as competition. Like I can guarantee you that D is like, fuck, if I don't win this week, I could go home. Austin is like, fuck it. I mean, it's literally why he uses idol this episode. If I don't win this week, I could go home. Couture and Jake are like, I don't have to win this week because I'm probably not gonna go home, which again is the worst place to be in the final five.
yeah, that is like you don't have a resume and
And
people
again,
aren't
even
bringing
if
back.
you have an idol, like again, that's not to me. If I have an idol and I use like Austin, for instance, he used an idol when he's not even going home. That's not impressive. Even though he had to use it, whatever, like he really like and granted, like truthfully, you never know. So it's not a bad reason. Like it doesn't look bad that he used an idol because he wasn't gonna go home anyway. But it also feels less climactic if you're using an idol and it's like, yeah, you weren't going home.
Yeah, but he could also like. I feel like with the final five, you still could make a really good play with the immunity idol. Like you can make sure that these
Maybe,
three people are voting for somebody, and you and Katora are able to choose who goes home by playing the idol for that person. So I
maybe,
still feel like some moves like can definitely be played with the final five. I wouldn't have played the idol for anybody, including myself, with the final six if I know that they think I'm like good, because why would I like risk not having an idol the next time when it's like when I can last use it? So I
that
kind
makes
of,
sense. I just think
but
again,
he does need to do something. So
I think
yeah,
Couture and Jake are coasting, and I
yeah,
almost think Final Five move is a little too late to make a move. Like,
that's true.
if anything, like you guys have literally let the Reba before get to the final six with the two of you. You probably want again just for
That's
jury
what you're
management. Just for jury
sorry.
management, you need to show us why do you deserve to win? Because if Jake makes it to the final, which he might make it to the final three. I feel like
He
the
will.
biggest question would be like, what did you do?
Yeah.
And I think, oh well, in the final five, when there was only really two people to choose from, I used my idol and I saved Katora, so Julie went home. Oh, but that's it. You only
But he
got
can,
Julie out.
yeah, he
Okay.
can say he came up with the Drew thing. He can say that he,
But then
maybe she
like D would be
someone.
like, oh, Couture would be like, oh, actually, I had D's vote secured, so we didn't actually need your vote, so it wasn't you.
Yeah, that's true too. But he could say that like he came up with the idea. He could give the victim, or not victim, but like, that he's been an underdog and that he survived and all this other shit. Like he has a story. Is it a good enough story? No.
Well,
But he would
because
still
the game of Survivor is outplay, outlast, and outwit. He outlasts. He's there longer than the rest of them. But outplaying and outwitting,
I
I'm
mean,
not I'm not really sure he's checking those boxes. So
if he went to the final three, he outplayed
no,
everybody.
no. outlasting. Outplaying is winning challenges,
I think
and
that
outwitting
well, none of
is being
the people
having
who are,
strategy.
I don't think any of the people who are like super like winning challenges, they never win Survivor anyway.
I
So it's
mean,
like,
they definitely go to the end though, and I think again it's just a portion
yeah,
of it. But you also need to like same thing you
but
said. Like people who win everything don't typically win Survivor. People who win nothing also don't typically win Survivor either.
yeah, but I'm just saying, there's been a few players who didn't outplay and who just
But
outlast.
it's the three pillars. It's like you outplay, so that's challenges. That's how did you survive? Like that's it. Outlasting is surviving, but I think that goes hand in hand with the outplaying. Like, did you survive because you simply just didn't have to play? Or did you survive because you outplayed everyone and despite them wanting to take you out, you outplayed them? Like, for instance, Dee could have literally went home this episode and I wouldn't have been surprised, but she fucking outplayed even Austin, who's clearly more physically stronger than her, but she still lasted longer than that. And that's her second win. And I honestly could see her winning more. So that's outplaying, and then outlasting obviously is the staying, and then outwitting is the strategy behind like what moves did you make? Who were you talking to? Was there a secret alliance? And I just don't feel like Jake has that.
Yeah,
Like,
I
and I
don't think
think like
that.
he's missing at least two pillars of that.
Yeah, that's true. But I also feel like there's a lot of winners who also miss like two pillars. So I mean, it depends on the jury. It
So
depends
you
on how
saying this? You think Jake can win?
it depends on how the jury feels. It depends on how good his speech is during tribal. So yeah, I think there's a good chance that anybody could win. I think it's a good chance that freaking Katora could win if she has a good like a fucking good mouth. She could probably win
I
if she
think
made.
whoever is sitting next, say if Jake and Couture make it to the final three, whichever of the three Reba people are sitting next to them will win this game, hands down. I'm willing to bet money on it.
Yeah, but you could have some salty jury members that they just steamrolled. Of course they're gonna be here because they didn't play with anybody else but them, like but those four, which is a good like game to play. But there's been hella like salty juries before that voted for a winner that didn't deserve to win just because somebody did them dirty and like they didn't like how they
But
played.
I think the best thing about the Reba Four, I truly don't think they did anyone dirty. Like I truly like, besides Kelly, maybe the biggest blind side, I really don't think they like truthfully, and I think we can both agree, like every elimination have been like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah, I see why they did that. They want to
they kind
keep
of
this
yeah,
four alliance strong. And
let them
truthfully,
take over.
the I was gonna say, and truthfully, if anything, they'll be mad at themselves because
Right,
Kelly, Bruce, Kendra, Katora, and Jake just could not work together to even
mm-hmm.
do anything to take any of them out. The
Right.
fact that we lost our first, they were like, "Oh, there's six
It's
people."
harder.
I'm like, and Reba is four of the six people.
Yeah,
I'm like, they did their thing.
yeah.
And I don't. And if I was ever on Survivor, I'd be like, I can't be mad at them. Literally, again, outplaying us.
Yeah,
They made themselves clearly. They were the biggest target. They were the strongest alliance, and somehow they're still fucking here. And the first idol got played last week, so it's not like they had all these idols and tricks up their sleeves and this and that and blah blah blah. Like Bruce won immunity twice. Like it's not like they won all of the immunity challenges. They literally have just been outplaying everyone, which
yeah,
is the purpose of the game.
yeah. That's true. But it just still depends on the jury, and I feel like anybody would have a good chance of winning if
Mhm.
they play their cards right and if they know like how to talk, especially like knowing
Maybe.
people for 30 days or whatever. Like how to persuade them and shit like that. But yeah,
Maybe.
I just don't like to
We'll
count
see.
people out. I mean, I count people out all the time, and like they sometimes end up winning. So I don't want to count anybody out. I just think that like anybody,
I
even
know
for
what it
Couture,
is. You've been on Jake's dick since the beginning.
I do. I told you I like Jake. I like his personality. I do think that he needs a resume. It's the same with Katora. Like they don't have a fucking resume. Like they're not doing anything.
But
But
that's why
now
I'm
that
saying it's frustrating to see like them again. It's almost like the same story of that they've done before. They
yeah,
could have made a move, and
yeah,
again, a more impressive move. Like if D can take with if D and Julie could take on like ownership of your move, it's not really your move
yeah. And
because
Jake was
Julie and D wanted Drew out anyway. So it's
yeah,
not like Jake orchestrated this. Like yes, let's get like literally D told Julie to use the idol to save herself because Drew was coming after her.
yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
they didn't. It wasn't their move. I mean,
it
truly, it could be a collective move. Like everyone had a part,
yeah.
but like it
Probably
wasn't like. Again, it's not like they persuaded anyone. It's like if anything, if they got Austin to vote for Drew, then maybe it'll be like, okay,
right.
y'all did that. But it's like, no, the thing that happened that we called last week was that Julie or Drew was gonna go home next.
Yeah,
And Lord behold, D won immunity, and I think it might have been different if Austin won immunity because maybe Austin would have used the idol on Drew just because, or maybe Austin would have used the idol on D. Then actually, Julie and Drew would have been like, okay, who's gonna go home? Because Austin's definitely gonna vote for Julie. D's definitely gonna vote for Drew. Like, but it was kind of cut and dry because of the way the episode played out this week.
yeah. That is
Like
true.
I wasn't surprised when Drew went home. I was like, oh yeah.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wish. I mean, we're literally spending so much time talking about Jake. That's so surprising. Um, but then after Austin won the reward challenge, they had an immunity challenge where they had to like balance a ball with their foot. It was kind of cute that Dee and Austin were the final two.
Mm-hmm.
But Dee ended up pulling out the win. Do you think Austin let her win?
No,
Because his ball was steady until them two. Then
I
wiggle,
mean he
wiggle.
probably spent longer, but the way that they both like their leg, I mean both their legs were like fuck. But you
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm. So D won immunity for a second time, which is great for her. And it was funny because as soon as D won, they're like, okay, let's resume our plan from last week. Let's get out Drew.
right?
And then D had the conflict, like you were saying, of like, should I tell Austin? Should I not tell Austin? And I think the difference is, well, I guess it's the same thing. Like, no, I guess it's different because Austin telling D his number two did not go home. So Austin told D that Drew was coming after Julie. It's not like Drew went home because D told Julie.
No, but it's still D's number two. I would say
Yeah,
Julie
no,
is.
no. But I'm saying like it's not like Drew went home because Austin told Julie. But I think
Yeah.
it made sense why D didn't tell Austin because Julie would have went home if D told Austin and Austin told Drew. Because Austin would have used his idol on Drew one, or Drew literally had the safety without power, and he could have just left tribal, which meant that Julie would have been going home, hands down.
Was that good until
Yeah, it was good. It's gone now. So
I
I don't
know,
know
but
when I don't know when it expired, but I'm assuming it was good until the final five because that's usually when all the like you can use any
I don't think
advantage
it was.
unless it was like explicitly mentioned, and I think they would have mentioned it like, oh, Drew can't use this, but they didn't mention it at all. So I don't know.
When Caleb gave it to him, I think I remember them saying it was like the first up until the first vote of like merge because they haven't been fully merged yet when he got it. But I don't. I gotta go back and see. But I don't think it
Yeah.
was like I think it already expired.
But true, either way, I feel like if Austin told Drew what would have happened tonight is Austin would have used his idol on Drew
Yeah.
and Julie would have went home.
Right.
So and again, that makes sense for Dee's game not to have that happen. And I think she realized that. She's like, well, if I tell Austin, I know for a fact Austin's gonna tell Drew.
Yeah.
And even if Austin didn't tell Drew, think about it this way: even if Austin didn't say anything to Drew, Dee knew that Austin had an idol that he had to use tonight, and Dee knew that he wasn't going home. So who
Right.
was he going to use it on? Drew, and Drew
Yeah.
would have got saved. He literally had all the votes, but Austin and Drew, and then Julie would have went home again. Which going into the final five, Dee has two strong alliances, and
Hmm.
if Julie would have went home, Dee would have only had Austin.
Yeah.
So it honestly it made sense for me, and I'm like, yeah, it's why I never put Drew in my top three. I did like Drew a lot, but it's why I never put him in my top three because I knew that if push came to shove, if one person had to go home, it would have been Drew or Julie.
Yeah. I
But
thought it was Julie because I would think like Austin's not gonna send home his number two. But I mean, if he did know, Drew would have been saved and it would have been a different story, obviously. But
yeah,
yeah.
but it sucks to see Austin go or Drew go. He was a good person. But also lose the tooth baby. Like he was so mad that he went home.
Yeah, like he didn't turn around, he didn't say anything.
But
He
because of
was
that, because he's a little petty bitch, I know he doesn't like Jake. So like Jake's not getting Drew's vote. I don't care if it's Julie Couture and Jake. I don't think he would get Drew's vote regardless.
I mean, Drew, he seemed like he was super mad and petty. He might vote for Jake just because.
I think Drew would vote for Austin if Austin's in the final three, period. But
Well,
if Austin's not in the final three, Drew might. I feel like he still respects Julie's game too. I feel like if Julie or Austin, he might not vote for Dee at all. But if
yeah,
Julie or Austin are in the final two, like literally, Julie and Drew had that moment on the beach where they started crying because they're like, "We're gonna have to start turning against each other." And Drew's like, "Do what you gotta do," and Julie's like, "Yeah, do what you gotta do. I'll still love you after the
yeah.
game." So we'll see. We'll see. So we're down to the final five. So excited. Finales next week. Um, I feel like we should watch the finale together.
We should. I have off that day.
I'll come to on down to Waukesha.
Waukesha.
Um so your winner prediction was Drew.
I mean, was it though?
It was.
I mean, for those of you who listen to us every week, I wouldn't say Drew was my winner pick. I would say that I just put him in there so I can have five people.
Mm, it says winner pick Drew Melinda. I don't know how much more explicit it could get.
Yeah.
Um, so you just gonna take that L.
Yeah, I guess I have to.
Um, and my winner pick is D. I still think D's gonna win,
Yeah.
hands down. I don't think she's going anywhere, and I think again going and I actually would have preferred to see Julie go home personally
Yeah.
as a viewer, but because I like D, is she's in the best case scenario. She's
Yeah.
close with Austin, she's close with Julie, and she's close with Couture. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So one of these other people gonna have to go. And I think if I had to guess the next booting order, I feel like Julie's gonna go home next.
But that's what I'm scared that like someone like Couture or Jake will win immunity, and then like something will happen to where they're able to use the immunity idol on someone else and get D out. Like I do want D to stay and win, but something definitely can be. I mean, the same with Austin and Julie. Like Couture and Jake could sway the votes, and like somebody like D or Austin. I mean, I'm
Do
not
you
even
think
gonna say.
they're smart enough to do that though? Because like
I don't know.
let's be for real. Bruce
Jake,
had an
if,
idol and they just flushed it all out the game. They ain't try to use it to help them or nothing. They just it went
well,
right down the toilet.
Jake did ask Bruce for the idol. I just don't think Bruce would have been willing to give the idol like
But
to
even
use it.
even if Bruce wasn't willing to give it, they could have like they knew Bruce was going home. They knew he had an idol. They could have leveraged that and been like, Bruce, you're going home tonight. You need to play your idol.
Yeah,
But
that they
let's
wanted
all
him.
put our votes on Julie to make her go home instead.
Right.
Um So maybe, and again, so let's make a fantasy. Say Katora wins the next immunity challenge,
Hmm.
and Jake again, he's gonna use his idol regardless. I feel like Austin, D, and Julie are gonna be like, okay, let's get out Jake, but they don't know that Jake is using his idol.
Hmm.
Jake would, I still feel like Jake will put his vote on Julie instead of D, personally, because he's already voted for Julie. So I think it'll just be an easy thing. So Julie goes home, or D goes home, or Austin goes home. So then let's say D goes home. Final four. That means Jake is walking in with an enemy in Austin, an enemy in Julie. And I just based on the season, I think that Austin and Julie are a lot stronger competitors than Jake and Couture.
Yeah.
So I think regardless of who makes it to the final four, I feel I can predict that the Reba person who makes it to the final four will probably win the final four challenge. That's my
Mm.
guess. So say it's
It's a
Julie, and Julie's gonna be like, who do I pick to go to the final three? I feel like she's gonna pick Austin. And then
no.
Jackie Couture is gonna be making fire.
I don't think she's gonna pick Austin. I think she would pick somebody who she thinks she's gonna definitely win against. I wouldn't pick anybody who I worked with. I mean, except for D, because Julie and D have been each other's one. I wouldn't choose Austin though. I would choose Katora or Jake. Probably Katora. I wouldn't
Maybe.
even be like she'd probably be hurt, but my first choice I'm choosing like Katora or Jake because like obviously they don't have a resume. I mean, and Jake with that idol, I wouldn't risk it. I would just pick Katora.
I don't know, but I guess if I was in the game, say if it was like me, you, and Victoria,
Mm-hmm.
and Luis and Alexis, let's just use our friends for groups as the final five, and I won the final five immunity challenge. I would be like, okay, we're all friends. It's not like I hate anyone here, but like, who do I think I have the best chance of winning against? And who do I think I have the best chance of winning against? But not because it's easy, because it's more compelling. I can be like, I brought Austin here because I knew I can beat him.
Yeah.
I brought Melinda to the final five or final three because I knew she played a fucking shitty game and I know I can fucking beat her ass.
Right.
So yeah, we're friends. Yeah, we've been in an alliance, but this is me showing loyalty. I'm loyal to the people I'm loyal to a fault because they're sitting next to here with me, but I wouldn't have it any other way because I know what game I play.
Yeah.
But I also want to say this too. Couture was trying to get Julie out literally 2 weeks ago. So because she's Mama Julie, blah blah blah. And
Oh
in
yeah.
the preview, Julie had Dee's name in her mouth. And we know how that's gone the last few weeks. So we'll
Hmm.
see. We'll see. So your top two, Couture and D, with the honorable mention and Jake. You can't change it, but good to know. I definitely think at least two of these people are gonna make it to the final three.
Yeah.
At least. Probably or at least one of these people. I don't want to speak that highly of it. Couture and
Yeah.
Jake, because I don't think both of them are gonna make it, but one of them will.
Yeah.
Uh
I think.
my top three are D, Austin, and Julie. Part of me feels like two of these people are gonna make it to the top three as well. I don't fucking know what's gonna happen. I'm just along
Yeah.
for the ride. But I will say that I think what I was gonna say earlier too is that Austin really kind of fucked himself over this episode. And I'm hoping that it didn't cost him the win, but it might. Because like we were saying when Julie blindsided the whole cast, that doesn't look good to the jury that like you got blindsided, and Austin literally just got blindsided by everyone.
Yeah.
Austin and Drew got blindsided, and the worst part was that Austin had an idol, and to me, I don't. I mean, it's like so hard because like I wouldn't chance myself going home for anyone. So I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine me playing my idol on anyone else unless I knew for sure I was safe.
Yeah.
The fact that they were targeting Julie last week, and the fact that Katura and Jake, again, it's like the numbers are up in the air. I don't think I would have thought I was going home, because I truly, if I was Austin, I truly would think that D would have been like, "Hey, you need to play your idol tonight for yourself." If he was going home, like same thing with Julie. I feel like D would have told him like, "Hey, you need to play your idol tonight."
Yeah.
But I just, again, it's like so hard, because like obviously I would want to keep myself safe first, but since he got blindsided by Drew, by the whole cast, Drew went home. He used his idol for nothing, so he just looks like he's out of touch with the game. It might be too late to be making big move, like big faults like that. So part of me, when I saw that, I was like, damn, did Austin just like lose?
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
could come back. The comeback story could be even better, because he came back from that. But that was my first thought. Like, damn, did Austin just lose? Because I think D, if she makes to the final three with any of them, she will win. I think Austin, if he makes it to the final three, it's so hard. I don't know if Austin could beat Julie. Maybe. I feel like it would be a toss up. It was Austin, Julie, and Couture. I think Austin or Julie will win. I think if it was Austin, Jake, and Couture, I think Austin will win. I think if it's Jake, Couture, and Julie, I think that Julie or Jake will win, maybe. But I don't know. It's just so, I feel like this season is good because you truly don't know like who's gonna pull it out. It seems like D, but also like that season with Jesse, I thought he was gonna win hands down, and he did not. So you never know.
That's true. Yeah, I'm just thinking about like, I don't know. I don't know.
But it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is. So your winner is D. My winner is gone. But if I had to choose a winner from who I have,
Ah,
I would say D.
okay. I guess I'll let that slide. But let's be clear, Melinda's winner pick went home, and we have not changed him since day one. So if D wins, you get no credit. You get nothing. You get dust.
Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, that's all we'll have for you. I think we should aim to release the next Survivor episode like right after the finale. So I'll come over your house, and yeah, literally as soon as it's done, we'll hop on and we'll talk about what happened and the winner and our thoughts on the season, what we want to see for the future season. That'll be the goal.
Okay.
You don't seem convinced.
No.
Well,
I
fine. I'm
mean,
not coming nowhere. Then I'll stay at home. Fuck you,
I stop,
bitch.
stop, stop. Um, I just, yeah, that works.
What? Just say what you
What?
gotta say.
Nothing.
So you mad that Jake's not gonna win?
We'll see. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to eat my words, but I would be talking so much shit right now. But we'll save it for next episode if I'm able to talk shit. I mean, I also want D to win over anybody, but I'm just saying, like, Jake could also win. I mean, Austin could also win. Julie could win, shit like that. So we'll see who's in the top three.
I didn't expect you to be such a Jake stan this much.
I didn't expect it either, but I just find him like, I don't know,
I really like him as a person.
yeah. Um, he reminds me of like, I don't know, like an uncle or something. Or like
Not your
like
uncle
not an uncle, but like, a cousin that, my favorite cousin, that I love and that I want to hang out with or some shit.
that
But
you
yeah,
love despite his shortcomings. You love him anyway. I see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Wait, before we go, Did you watch the Snatch Game episode of Canada's Drag Race?
I did.
Is it good?
It was really good. Oh
I
my god!
haven't
Wait, you
seen
didn't
it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. But
watch it?
I
Watch
did
it.
just see two people play the same character on
Yeah,
Instagram. That's the first time it's ever happened.
yeah. So
But
I
from
was
the
like,
last episode, I was like, first of all, I need to say something controversial. We are not even talking about Canada's Drag Race, but y'all can hear it. Um, I don't think Amy Yonsei should have stayed based on her lip sync.
I don't think so either. But I think she should have.
I was happy she stayed, but
Yeah,
that lip sync was not good. I would say she didn't get one word right.
right. I don't know why she said that she would lip sync if you don't know the fucking words. But
Exactly. And Kiki Go was gonna save her. So I'm like, what you doing?
right. So I don't know. Um,
But near enough is also like very cunty in like a not fun way. Like she seems like she's trying to be Lemon, but she's not Lemon.
yeah. I think she's like kind of a little bit delusional. Like I feel like she's not that like obviously her personality, she's super confident and all that stuff, but her runways, and just other things, like I feel like she's not like I don't think she's gonna win. I also don't think she's gonna like make it that far. Like she might be
Oh,
the next one.
not you. I was gonna say not you. Not telling me that she made it past this episode, but then you just said she might be the next one to go. Oh my gosh!
No.
Also, before we go, or I have to say this: did you fucking see the cast of The Traitors season 2?
Yes, I
It's
did. Oh my
so good.
god.
The cast is
So
so good. I'm so
so
fucking
good.
excited.
I'm
Ah,
so
I can't wait. And I fucking hope that Johnny Bananas is a traitor because he's gonna fucking cause ruckus. And I love it.
I know.
I love
I
it.
was literally just like I was talking with RJ about that. I'm like, dude, but like people are gonna vote bananas just because he's bananas. Like even if he's not a fucking traitor,
I'm
just
like
because
my top three. If I wanted three traitors, I would pick Johnny Bananas. I will say Poverty, but I feel like people are gonna think she's a traitor anyway.
yeah.
Peppermint
Mm-hmm.
and Sandra.
I literally was saying that. Or the what the fuck is her name from Real Housewives? Damn, why am I
Phaedra
blanking?
Perks. Oh no.
Yes. That
Wait,
would be
Phaedra.
so
Yeah. Or Sheree.
that would be so fucking funny.
I feel like
But
Phaedra would be a bad traitor, but I would like to see it.
yeah, I feel like this is gonna be such a good season. CT is on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. I don't know everybody from Big Brother, but I know some Big Brother people are there. It's gonna be
Yeah,
good.
some Big Brother, like some Big Brother legends are there. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see. All right.
So I'm like,
That's all we have for you today.
all right. See you next
Kimocho,
week for the finale of Survivor.
season 45.
Woo, woo.
All right. Bye.